What's up, everybody? And I don't know if any other brother here on YouTube or on social media in general have come to this deduction. I'm not trying to claim it like I'm making some groundbreaking revelation, but I have to say this. And I need to say this to a lot of the black female feminists out here. Yes, I had to say female feminists because we know we got a lot of these simps out here who are male feminists. But anyway, on topic, you gotta understand, black ladies out here doing this, this radical feminism thing, this black feminist thing. It gets frowned upon because I don't even know if you pay attention to yourselves, but you are very, 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 very vocal and very in your face when it comes to things such as cultural appropriation. You got to gripe with white people. White people always doing this to you. White people always saying this. But the moment it comes to a issue with a black man telling you, like, look, you moving about this wrong, or he telling you, hey, keep that same energy, the same energy you got for these white folks, these white women, you got this hatred towards them. You don't like them taking your look. You don't like them appropriating things that's part of our culture. You need to keep that same energy and criticism towards black women. And when brothers tell you shit like this, or brothers are like, you know what, or they just disagree with you in general. You show your true nature, and you show that you are very antagonistic towards black men. And this is why black men don't support black feminists for the most part. It ain't about misogyny. It ain't about no patriarchy or some chauvinism. Most of the time he don't support you is because you are very in your face and very critical and attention seeking when it comes to white validation. But when a black man has valid criticism, or even if he corrects you, you show that same ugly trait about third wave feminism that is stereotyped. You show it, and a lot of black men are not going to co-sign with you. And then you try to flip the narrative all the time and say things such as, this is why, black men are the most this, that, and the fourth, and being incarcerated because we toxic. And then you saying the black woman is the most disrespected, the most unprotected class of woman. That's reading off the feminist playbook, because feminism, when it came to white women, said familiar shit. So that's another reason why a lot of black men do not ride with you. It's like, you can't have this whole talk about, hey, we need to stand together. We need to do better. We need to do all that. That sounds cosmetic when you don't take criticism from a thinking black man, because that's the ones you go after. The ones that you claim are part of Blackistan, you can't help but be attracted to, which is a mind fuck on its own. It's always the thinking black man that you got a problem with. The man that just doesn't let you be right all the time. Because, newsflash, as any human should know and respect, you aren't correct all the time. You don't have the answers, Sway. You don't have the answers. So there's a lot of factors, because I know people like this. This is why I made the video. I made this because I've sat here, watched a bunch of videos. I have been going through this on social media with people that I know who have been unable to take accountability for her actions, and now it's everybody else's fault but hers. She's focused more on validation. We see it like this. Black feminists are low-key some of the biggest bad wenches out there. They doing all of this so they can get into white society. And if it takes sacrificing the image of the black American men so you can step on our shoulders and rise above that, you will do that. And a lot of black men see that. So we don't fuck with you. It's not that we hate our mothers. We don't, because she black. Don't do that your mama black bullshit with us, because it don't work. That's not what it's all about. Okay? We don't fuck with women who don't respect us. Some dudes do, because they have no backbone, or they like being abused, or they have that damn mama complex that Brian Solange talks about. Even when you were a crack fiend, mama, you still was, this, that, and the fourth. And that's the problem now. My friend even told me about a friend of his down where he's from in Georgia, that this woman treated him like his friend. Talking about this woman, his mom. His friend's mom treated him, her own son, like dog shit, and purposely treated the daughter better. And that daughter, turns out, is one of the most selfish people ever. Selfish, self-absorbed, entitled, and do not respect her own mother. But the son who gets kicked out of the house to sleep in a fucking car, she don't do nothing for him. She curses the day he was born. He looks at her like, dear mama. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, when my friend told me that, I just was like, you know what? That's not me. That's never been me. And was it because I didn't love my mom? No, it's because I am not going to let a female tell me how wrong I am. Okay? And as a teenager, you start to notice things even about your own family. Uncomfortable truth here. Uncomfortable truth here, ladies. But teenage boys start to notice their mama's flaws. And this is why a lot of them, kind of go elsewhere. Have I? I can't really talk about that for the simple fact that things are in a better state now. I can talk about it. I'm going to tell you this now. Yes, I've dated other women who were of other minority classes, of course. Never really been into Caucasian females. But, Hispanic, of course, Asian, yeah. I ain't gonna sit here and tell a lie. I ain't sitting here, I ain't Mr. Pro blackity black, black, black. I'm telling you now, the reason why a lot of black men and black women don't get along, especially the black feminists, because most of these females out here got this feminist ideology, because I see feminism, today's feminism is just basically a excuse not to be accountable for your own actions. Blame it on the other gender, want everything handed to you, and you just want men to just be your punching bag and just be your bridge. You want a man to lay down in the puddle so you can walk across him. That's basically what we see it as, and that's what the reaction has been. And a lot of guys are like, wait, hold on. If you are about equality like you say you are, you would not let black women or women in general get away with shit. The same piss of vinegar you have for white women for wearing fucking cornrows, you don't have that same venom and energy for Bunquisha out there who keep having babies by Pookie, who has a jail record and leaves her and gave her STD. You don't keep that same energy. You want to look at it like he's the problem. Duh, we know he's the fucking problem, but she's culpable. She's just as accountable as him, because nobody's telling her dumb ass to keep fucking with this guy. But this is the problem now. You don't keep the same energy. And you are very antagonistic towards any black man who criticize you. But if you let a white man get on you see black men agree with this white man. You want to be like that white man. No, it's because that man is right. That man could have been Sri Lankan. And if he came to the same conclusion as Any other man, I would be like, you know what? He has a point there. But it's all about you being a victim. And that seems to be the biggest reason why we can't get along. You know? Support you. Stop writing checks that your ass cannot cash. Black feminism and support from a black man isn't getting up in some guy's face and spitting in his face and expecting a man to come and be a superhero. Or just doing that in general. It'd be black women out here so headstrong and cockstrong that they get in the man's face, spit in his face, and get into a fight with him. That man knock her the fuck out. They expect you, Joe Smo, that she would call a lame any other day to just come out of nowhere and save her. That is not protection. Okay? How many black men have been shot, killed, and done and maimed fucking around trying to save a black woman he did not know? And it turns out she was the aggressor. Turns out this is just a regular everyday event that this couple goes through, and he was just trying to be the right guy, but at the wrong time. Okay? You need to call out women for their toxicity just as much. And this video does not absolve any black men or men in general for the fuck shit they may have done. It doesn't absolve them of that. It's all about keeping the same energy. Yes, I'm going to keep saying that. You don't keep the same energy for black women. You only yell at white folks because you want them to pay attention to you. And when a black man calls you out on that, or he's critical of it, or he can poke holes in your logic, all of a sudden you're unprotected, you're disrespected, you're degraded by your own men. No, that man just happened to call you wrong. But if that white man called you wrong, you start going to pink pill classes and learning how to have etiquette. I swear a lot of black feminists only have, they only have this much anger to be feminists and activists when they have not been accepted by the white folks or another race or demographic of folks that they trying to be cool with. They think they above their own. They don't want to find like-minded black people like themselves. They don't think it exists, but it does. The thing is that you need to stop looking at it like it's only a skin issue. Like my boy Organic says, Mr. Clean, just, and he calls them that because it's like they have, a lot of these black women got this assumption that white skin just absolves them of any wrongdoing. Okay? It doesn't. But some of them are in it because they get that designer baby they want. But yeah, you don't call those women out either. But all of a sudden, somebody like Mike Coulter, who's been with his white wife since he was in high school, all of a sudden he's weak. He can't handle a black woman. But apparently you can't handle a black man with a mind of its own. You can't handle us. But it's always our fault, not yours. And like I said, self-accountability goes a long way. How far are you willing to go? Or you just gonna keep with the piss and vinegar? Because I'm a fury, I'm out. Peace.